The Merchant's Dilemma. Once upon a time, in a peaceful kingdom surrounded by rolling hills and vibrant markets, there lived a young man named Obra. He was a hard-working merchant, having learned the trade from his father, who taught him the secrets of business and success. Their family had built a reputation as one of the wealthiest and most respected in the kingdom. They owned livestock, vast lands, and even a few prized horses, a rare symbol of status in those days. Obra's business grew beyond the kingdom as he began trading fur, leather, and even rare Western medicines. His travels often kept him away for weeks, sometimes months, but his return was always eagerly anticipated by his family and the villagers. Among the maidens of the kingdom, Obra was a favorite topic of conversation. His charm, wealth, and kindness made him the ideal husband in their eyes. "I dream of marrying a man like Obra," Yuk, a lively and hopeful maiden, often said to her friends. Yuk had harbored feelings for Obra since childhood, but she never dared confess them outright. In the same village lived Nika, a strikingly beautiful young woman whose grace turned heads wherever she went. Unlike Yuk, Nika wasn't interested in love or marriage. She preferred the simple joys of life, spending her days helping her family and enjoying the quiet beauty of the village. Despite her disinterest, Nika's beauty had captivated Obra. He admired her from afar, and his heart was set on winning her over. One day, as the setting sun painted the sky with golden hues, the maidens teased Nika. "Why are you always so quiet, Nika? Don't you dream of marrying a man like Obra?" one asked. Nika smiled softly. "I don't think about such things," she replied. But Yuk, sitting nearby, felt a pang of sadness. She had always hoped Obra might notice her, but it was clear his heart belonged to Nika. Determined to make Nika his wife, Obra approached her family with gifts and a formal proposal. The news spread quickly, and the village was abuzz. The maidens couldn't contain their excitement. "Obra wants to marry you," they exclaimed to Nika. Nika, ever calm, simply said, "Let's see what happens." However, as plans for the wedding were being made, a shocking rumor surfaced: Nika was said to be pregnant. The news sent shockwaves through the kingdom. When Obra's mother heard, she rushed to confront him. "Obra, is this true? Are you responsible for Nika's condition?" she asked, her voice filled with worry. "No, mother," Obra replied firmly. "These are just baseless rumors spread by jealous people. I know Nika's character. She is not like that." But his mother was unconvinced. "Love can blind us, my son. Take some time to truly know her before you make such a big decision." "I trust her completely," Obra insisted. "She's the woman I want to marry." Later that night, Nika visited Obra. Her expression was calm but resolute. "Obra, I've heard the rumors," she said. "They are not true. I am not pregnant." Obra looked into her eyes and nodded. "I never doubted you, Nika. But this situation has shown me that not everyone wishes us well. We must stand strong together." As the stars lit up the night sky, the two talked about their future. Despite the challenges and gossip, their bond only grew stronger. Obra realized that true love wasn't just about admiration, it was about trust, understanding, and standing together against the odds. And so, as the kingdom buzzed with whispers and speculations, Obra and Nika prepared for their union, ready to prove that their love was unshakable. The Merchant's Dilemma: Secrets and Truths. Obra held Nika's hands, his voice steady with conviction. "I believe you, Nika. I know these rumors are nothing but jealousy. I still want to marry you, no matter what anyone says." Nika's eyes softened with relief, and a small smile formed on her lips. "Thank you, Obra. Your trust means the world to me." They stood together under the soft glow of the moonlight, sharing quiet laughter and hopes for their future. But despite their happiness, the village was alive with whispers, and tensions grew as the wedding day approached. Yuk, heartbroken, cried in silence the night before the wedding. She had always loved Obra, but she knew his heart belonged to her friend, Nika. Summoning all her strength, Yuk decided she would attend the wedding, determined to support her friends despite her pain. The wedding morning was bright and cheerful. Obra and his family, along with his close friend Zikora, walked to Nika's home, singing and carrying gifts. Along the way, Zikora pulled Obra aside, his tone serious. "Obra, it's not too late to change your mind," Zikora said. "I don't trust Nika. She's ambitious and cunning. She doesn't see us as equals, and you don't notice because you're always away." Obra's face reddened with anger. "Enough, Zikora," he snapped. "I've told you before I love Nika, and I'm marrying her. I won't hear another word of this nonsense." Zikora sighed, realizing his friend's mind was made up. The group continued their journey, and the wedding took place in grand fashion. There was music, dancing, and an abundance of food. Nika, radiant in her wedding dress, looked every bit a queen. Obra couldn't take his eyes off her. "Look at them," one maiden whispered. "They are perfect together." "Yes," another agreed. "I hope they have a happy life." After the celebrations, Nika moved into her new home with Obra. The house was vast, filled with luxuries she had never imagined. "Welcome to our home," Obra said warmly. "I hope you'll be happy here." "Thank you, Obra," Nika replied, taking his hand. "I'm excited to start our life together." A week later, Obra prepared to leave for a business trip. Standing by the door, he held Nika's hands. "I'll be back in 3 weeks, my love," he said, kissing her gently. "I'll miss you," Nika said with a smile, "but I'll be here waiting." Their life settled into a rhythm. Obra would travel for weeks at a time, returning home to laughter and joy. Zikora often joined them for dinner, sharing stories that lasted late into the night. 3 months into their marriage, Nika had exciting news. One evening, she approached Obra, her face glowing. "I have something to tell you," she said. "What is it?" Obra asked, curious. "I'm pregnant," Nika announced, her voice filled with joy. Obra's face lit up. He hugged her tightly, his eyes shining. "This is wonderful news." Before leaving for his next trip, Obra invited his mother over to share the news. "Mama, Nika is pregnant," he announced proudly. "I was hoping you could stay with her while I'm away." But Nika quickly interjected. "My love, we have so many maids to help me. I'll also hire a midwife when the time comes. Let Mama rest." Obra hesitated but finally nodded. "You're right, my love." His mother, however, was uneasy. She said nothing more but couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. A week after Obra left, his mother decided to visit Nika. She prepared a healthy soup for her daughter-in-law, determined to ensure her grandchild would be strong and healthy. Humming a tune, she arrived at Nika's house, only to see a man stepping out of the gate. "Mama, this is Sim, one of Obra's friends," Nika explained quickly. He didn't know Obra was away and came to discuss a business opportunity. The man walked past Obra's mother, quickening his pace as he left the yard. She watched him go, suspicion flickering in her eyes as she turned back to Nika. "Why was he here alone, Nika?" she asked, her voice calm but firm. The secret unraveled, Obra's dilemma. Obra's mother narrowed her eyes, suspicion clear in her voice. "Anyway, who is this friend I've never met? I know all of Obra's friends. What aren't you telling me?" Nia quickly responded, trying to stay calm. "Mama, he said he's Obra's friend. Should I have asked him to leave? I didn't know him either, but who am I to say he's not Obra's friend?" Obra's mother frowned, but simply nodded. Okay, then, she muttered, turning to leave with her mates and the soup she had prepared. Mama, wait. Annie called after her, but the older woman kept walking, her pace quickening as she headed home. Once back in her own house, Obra's mother couldn't shake her worries. She decided to wait for Obra's return, hoping he would help her make sense of things. When Obra returned home, Nika was overjoyed to see him. Her baby bump had grown, and she embraced him warmly. But as the evening went on, Obra dropped a bombshell. I'm going to visit my mother tomorrow, Obra announced, but just as he was about to leave, Nika suddenly screamed in pain. Obra, I'm not feeling well, she cried, clutching her stomach. It's the pregnancy. Obra rushed to her side, panic rising in his chest. Okay, my love. What do you need me to do? Take me to the bedroom, Nika pleaded, her voice shaky. Obra spent the week postponing his business trip to care for Nika. But after a week of worry, Nika began to feel better. You look better, Obra said, surprised. I was so worried. Don't move too much. They sat together late into the night, talking softly. As Obra was about to go to bed, he heard a knock at the door. Who could that be at this hour? Obra wondered, glancing at Nika. The knock came again, this time with a voice calling out, Obra, it's your mother. Open the door, please. Don't open it, Obra. Nika said, her voice laced with worry. What if it's someone pretending to be your mother? Obra hesitated, but just then, another voice called out. Obra, it's us. Please open the door. It was Zechariah, his friend. There's no way someone could pretend to be both my mother and my friend, Obra said, deciding to open the door. As he walked to the door, Obra called out, I'm coming. He opened the door to find his mother standing there, her face anxious. Mama, what's going on? It's so late. You're scaring me. Don't worry, son, she said, her voice serious. But I have something important to tell you. Please, walk with me. Nika protested, standing by the door. Mama, what's so urgent that you can't say it here? You can't just take Obra out in the middle of the night and leave me alone. Obra's mother's gaze hardened. Nika, your house is full of mates. Besides, when Obra is away, you're always alone, aren't you? Unless. Nika's heart skipped a beat. Unless what? She asked, her voice trembling. Unless you're not alone when Obra is gone, Obra's mother added, her tone sharp. Nika swallowed hard, struggling to find her voice. What are you trying to say? Obra, sensing the tension, stepped in quickly. It's okay, my love. I'll accompany Mama. I'll leave Zechariah here with you. With that, Obra walked out with his mother, leaving Nika and Zechariah standing in the doorway. As they walked together, Obra's mother spoke softly. Obra, you didn't come to visit me earlier. If it weren't for Zechariah, I wouldn't have seen you at all. I didn't mean to, Mama, Obra said, guilt creeping in. Nika was very sick, and she screamed in pain. I couldn't leave her. She only felt better tonight. Obra's mother raised an eyebrow. Oh, she felt better just as you're about to leave tomorrow. Obra froze, confusion clouding his mind. What do you mean, Mama? I'm telling you, Obra. Do you know a man named Ikim? Obra's heart raced. Ikim? No, I don't know anyone by that name. His mother sighed, her worry deepening. Well, someone came to your house earlier. He said he was your friend. But I didn't trust him. Obra shook his head. Mama, you're overthinking this. Maybe he was just lost. There's no reason to suspect Nika. Obra's mother's eyes filled with tears as she pleaded, listen to me, Obra. I love you, and I only want what's best for you. Don't dismiss my concerns. I'm not saying Nika did anything wrong, but I want you to investigate. If you don't find anything, I promise I won't say another word. Obra stood there, torn between loyalty to his wife and his mother's warning. Okay, Mama, he agreed. I'll investigate. But I need to trust Nika. Obra kissed his mother goodbye, his heart heavy with doubt. As he returned to his house, he found Zipporah waiting for him. I should go. It's very late, Zipporah said, standing up. Let me walk you out, Obra offered, his mind still racing. They walked outside, but when Obra returned, Nika was waiting for him, her face anxious. So, what did she say? Nika asked, her voice laced with fear. Obra smiled, hiding the turmoil inside. Nothing to worry about. She was just upset that I didn't visit her sooner. I have an early morning. Let's go to bed.